I was able to join the Research Fellows and was lucky enough to be a part of the COVID-19 at CMC Digital Archive. And through this process, I've learned what it means to be a part of history and what it means to collect different stories and different narratives and how each of these stories can come together to create a picture of the emotions, the facts, and the feelings of a moment in history.
I asked someone, when I was interviewing them, I asked them to recall the day that they read the email that CMC was going to shut down. And she responded by saying, "I feel like this is my 9/11 moment." And hearing her say that took me aback for a second. Like, how could someone compare a terrorist attack with getting sent home from college? But I realized that what she said was absolutely correct in the way that everything was going to be different from that point on. This experience is going to impact us for the rest of our lives, and that was kind of the day that was the turning point. So just hearing that response from her, and then thinking back to all the other responses I got to that question from all the other people I interviewed, it really gave me kind of a new sense of appreciation for the gravity of that day, and like how it impacted me, and how my life was different after reading a single email.
One thing that I learned while working on COVID-19 at CMC is how complex the interview process is, because at first I thought you would interview an individual and then you would be done, but then I learned about oral history techniques, how to properly interview an individual, legal forms that you have to complete, completing field notes, collecting artifacts, and just the whole process.
I applied to be a COVID-19 CMC research fellow because personally, COVID-19 has changed my life a lot. I have to came back to China and stay with my parents for like half a year, and it also affects my friends a lot. I see them flying from countries to countries and doing quarantines after quarantines, and their original plans were completely changed. I just hope through this research we can put all these memories into a record, so that afterwards when we look back we would completely know like what's happening to us, to our friends, to our entire communities.
I hope that when I look back at this project, I'll remember some of the feelings that I had listening to other people's stories and how different they were from my experience during COVID.
I unfortunately lost 3 of my family members to COVID-19 in New York City, and while I was finishing up my sophomore year during the spring, all the way across the country in California, I had to face the loss of my grandma, my grandpa, and my great-uncle without saying any goodbyes, without seeing them, and without being able to speak to them either. In a time of no goodbyes and no funerals, no rituals, and no ways to come together and see friends and family, I had to navigate my way through this virus while grieving the loss of my family. I, like others all around me and around this world, are struggling with the death of their family members. But besides that, I knew that there were people struggling with other things. I applied to COVID-19 at CMC specifically to document everybody's experience and to try to understand the many diverse experiences of COVID-19.
I hope when I look back at this year, I'll remember not just, all the struggles that I went through and what the other people in the CMC community went through, but how, what were those creative solutions that people came up with, and how could I think of creative solutions in the future if there's another, I hope there's not another global pandemic, but, other challenges in life, and how to, find the detour and make light of it when things kind of go off course.
I've also come to appreciate what it means to preserve and see every moment in time as a moment in history.